What's up guys, Hades here. Today we have a crazy match between Lions and Knights of Gondor. Now a little history behind this is I made a tier list not too long ago and I put Lion in the A tier. I thought they were a top tier team and they pretty much crushed everyone and they can pretty much beat everyone below them. Now I rated Gondor C tier. So I expected this to be a very easy win for Lions. For me, when a team gets over 50 to 60,000, it was a close match. Like, they definitely had the potential to win. Now, the reason I put Knights of Gondor so low was mainly because of this match. I'm actually going to click Knights of Gondor and we'll look at their stats, right? They struggled against Russia a little bit, quite a few points from Fate, quite a few points from Mao. They lost to NG, and they got crushed by Lion the first time they fought him. So their stats just weren't that good. They haven't crushed many people. They lost to a middle tier team, and they got crushed by a top tier team. So this was unexpected, right? And I'm going to probably add to the tier list video, update it probably next week when we have some more data, but I really want to jump into this match to show you just how crazy it was. I'm going to live react to it. I have not watched it, but I've heard a bit about it. Okay, there are some big names here. Sozi is one of the toughest players I've ever fought against. He comes out with some crazy builds, and he very much knows what he's doing. HTM and a few of these Lion guys are very good fraggers. If you get over 1 million, you performed very well, and you really fought to the very, very end, especially fighting against high-level teams. You can see not quite as many fraggers on this GoN team, but let's watch it and see what happened. I'm probably going to skip around and check more of the macro rather than the micro at a 4x speed just to see more what happened and get a little bit of insight onto how they play. So we have about 8 middle from Lion, and I saw a heavy middle from Knights of Gondor, but it's lagging out just a bit. Here we go. We have 8 bottom with a very aggressive reload and 9 bottom. So we'll see what happens with this one. Rio's there early, Bailey's there early. Pretty clean reloads. No free hit. There it is. 4, 8, 12, 13, 14, 15. 8, 9, 10. 15 to 10. I think this is what happened. Lion only sent 4 top. These are all going to be sitting there doing nothing. And Knights of Gondor went all in middle. Here's a great player. I'm not sure how to say it, but he knows what he's doing. This is one of the toughest players in the game. I'm going to do individual review and probably a tier list on top players. But if you watch, you'll see he's going to rally non-stop. Lion's going to rally him. They know he's a target. He's in the hot seat and is a great player. These reloads are kind of sloppy. They're missing a space. That's definitely something for them to work on in the future. This is not ideal. There's a whole space there because this is the tower and there's a space. Lion has a very tight grouping and they do very quick rallies and they rally from the front. But here's Knights of Gondor's rallying back. This is the most important. They need to clear as many of them as possible before this opens, and they're probably going to go for an all-in in about 2 minutes. Let's check in on the bottom. Still uncaptured. No one has making a high effort for this. It's very even. These players seem to be rotating out. I see 2 rotating out. Only 1 at home for Lion. That's pretty risky. 2 at home for Knights of Gondor, and they have 2 in the base still, which is very interesting. Maybe they got ported early. Middle, making good work on Fozzie and Hanan. They're getting cleared. Amir is getting cleared. They're getting low. This is getting risky. Right when it opens, all in from both sides. This is going to be a back and forth. No one's going to take this for quite a while. I don't expect anyone to take this. Everyone's very much focusing on it. There's a ton of players, and you see a ton of lions working on the middle. This isn't going to be taken anytime soon. Bottom is now in favor of Knights of Gondor. They have officially captured, and it is 2-2, and they really needed this. They are behind 2,000 because they got delayed on this tower take when they gave up the top. The only way they can compensate is winning this middle tower. But remember, we know the result. Lion's going to win this, even though I don't like their position. They have a lot in the middle. They're losing slightly. And they have extremely vulnerable towers on the edges. Defender does a good job clearing. A little bit buggy on the bottom. We'll go back to middle. Still all in. Still nothing. Here comes a reload from the altar. Trying to break a relocation on the side. It gets defended. All ins on the tower. Non-stop. If either side stops, the other side's going to take it. So they both have to focus on the tower. I'm fairly certain they both have support skill active, as you can see it jump down when they get in. But almost no one's occupying it because they're trying to raid it instead of occupy it. So it's just bouncing back and forth and nothing's really happening. Lion players keep reinforcing. If I had to guess, this doesn't get taken for quite a while based on the game state. It's very even. No one's really going to take it. It's very important that Knights of Gondor finish clearing these players and start reinforcing the middle. If they don't, middle's going to be very tricky. It is a very significant numbers advantage here. This tower should be theirs for probably the remainder of the game. This player's almost dead. This player's almost gone. And yeah, he used bubble. He can't revive now. This is very much over. Back to the middle. No one has occupied. Knights of Gondor with 1 minute left. Support skills active. Looking for an all-in. I see lots of marches going. And lots of marches getting kicked. Lions repeating and answering. And it's gone. This is an insane match. Lots to be learned here. Very high level. Both teams are very much on the same page. Everyone knows this is the key to the game. Whoever holds middle is going to win. As long as there's no sneaky shenanigans. I see some dots. Lions with the sneaky shenanigans. This might be the reason they win. Always about to die. Let's see if these two have some good coordination. I'll come back here in just a moment because middle is a little more important. Still no one taking it. It's been a long time. I don't think support skills are still active. It looks like it's ticking down very slowly, which is going to make this very hard to take. Yeah, they don't have support skills anymore. We can see Sozi with a very aggressive position in the back. Holding his bubble. Just being threatening, but he's very low. He can't do a whole lot. Now he's getting focused and he moves. Still no one on the tower. Got it to 1 minute. Didn't matter. Lion with a big play down here. Problem is they have two players extremely low and a few are quite damaged. Knights of Gondor have no one dead, so they can't reinforce with quick reinforcements. This is going to be Lions. This might be the way the game shifts. This is the moment. Right here. 6-4. They still can't take it. 6-3. Knights of Gondor need some reinforcements very quickly. They need to be coordinated and clear these two free players, and then they can turn this around and make it a 3v4. But no, there's another player coming in. There's now 6-7, and they clear one. And Knights of Gondor are going to have a very tough time taking this back now, as they have no one dead to come reinforce. Which is very strange. Usually there's a lot in the base trying to escape. Middle has been taken by Knights. Let's go back just a moment and find it. Here we go, Knights of Gondor. That is definitely a support skill. going for it. They cleared some of the front line players, went for an all-in. This is a great timing. Really well coordinated. 10 seconds. I think they've got it. Yeah, they've got it. We'll skip forward again. Knights are winning this. They've even moved up into the front lines. And Lions are about to get cleared. There's action up here. Knights of Gondor's one middle, and they are attacking Tower 2. 26 minutes left in the match. There is still a lot of game to be played, and they're dead even in points. Knights now have the advantage of 5 points as they control Tower 1. Excuse me. Lions still have the control. But just by a smidge, they're very weak and exposed on this top side. And they have a lot of players at the enemy home. This tower is very difficult to hold for long term because anyone who dies has a very short relocation. If they die, they can come back again. But they have a ton of players here. This is almost, I would almost consider this an overcommittal because of how easy it is to defend your own home tower. Knights of Gondor have now completely taken over. There's only 2 lions left to clear. This tower is looking like it's still going to be lions. Knights are making a big push here. I don't know if this push is worth it. They don't have the numbers, and this tower is, again, next to their respawn, so they're going to get easy reinforcements here if they send more. I would love to see a retreat at this point while they're still with HP. Knights are playing with fire now, going for 3-4 places at a time. They're in the top. They have bottom control. They have middle control, and they need to get another tower if they want to make a comeback. Lions lead is building, if ever so slowly, only 5 per second. There's still time to come back. 2, 4, 6, 8 players. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 11. This is going to take a big effort to come clear them on the top side. They really need to get their home back. 4 here, 3 in base. They can make it with another on the side. Clearing the low players could result in a potential comeback on this tower. Julian's low. Lady is low. This play got crushed. Lions had a great defense here. They have a very solid surround here and a great defense. And again, another great defense here. They have 17 minutes to hold, but they only have a 3,000 advantage, which is not a lot. 3,000 can be made up in a heartbeat. These home players need to come very quickly. Slow on the draw for sure. They have reinforcements. They can go right next to their teammates. Lion is still holding 3. They have their home tower secure. This is never being taken. 7 players to 0. Lion still has a massive advantage at this tower. Knights are still in a bit of a chaotic position. They're spread around. They can't help each other because you have to do it that way or you get your relocation cleared. They needed to work front to back, and they're just not quite making it. Lions have been leaving this tower too, and the Knights have still 5 people in the middle, and they're really now trying to push for their home. 4 at tower 4. They need to get something quickly, or this match is going to be over. They still hold middle, and middle is so much more powerful. I think if they can get this in the next minute, they'll have enough points. But if they can't hold, if they can't make a comeback, this is going to be the big reason why. I see them going all in, but they're so far away, it's really hard to make an all-in play. Red team has been losing a lot of troops. You can see here on the side. Lions with a lot of dead troops. Quite a few players with full troops on both sides. And I think it's too late. 8 minutes, 6,000 points. This point secure. This point is secure. And I think this point is secure. And even if they lose it, I think they still have the points to win in the next 7 minutes. Really interesting match here. I'm surprised how many people Lions sent to the enemy home. Usually this one's easy to retake, but they just reinforce it over and over, and they have such a strong position around the tower and great coordination that it didn't really matter. Knights of Gondor a little bit slow on the rotation to stop this home tower take. A little too spread out. They had a little bit tower 1, a little bit tower 2, a little bit here, a little bit here. They're pretty much spread to 5 towers and really just couldn't find the edge to get that third one. And yeah, that's going to be about it. There's only 3 minutes. It's mathematically not possible at this point in the game. Lions are still here. They're still reinforcing, and they still surround the tower. But this is a shock. This makes waves, and this is definitely going to impact this tier list in the future. I'm interested to see how Knights of Gondor perform moving forward. Also, interested to see what Lion does moving forward, as this was quite a tough match for them. I don't think they were ready for the play of ditching top and overcommittal on middle. But they adapted well, they played well, and they ended up winning this match. If you guys like these kind of videos, getting to see my perspective on different matches, high-level matches, let me know in the comments below, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.